Well guys, welcome back to the shop. I'm Chris with M7 Metalworks. I've got a new project here in the shop, the DR all-terrain mower. It's pretty awesome, to be honest with you. It's a fairly old mower and I'm impressed with how good a shape it's in. But it does have a few issues which we're going to try to remedy today. So as you can see, it's a little bit off kilter. So that should be level across the top there. And it's got a little bracket here that kind of holds it up that has just folded under it. And so we'll get that fixed. And then once we've got it fixed, we'll reinforce it to help prevent it not do that again. And then I'll bring you down for a little close-up look of some of these things. But I don't know how well you can tell from your distance, probably not at all. But this deck is starting to peel away from the framing of it. And so what we'll do is we'll clean this deck and we'll probably put a couple 2-inch welds, maybe 3 right here. And even though it's not happening on this side over here, we'll probably do it over here as well, just to reinforce everything, make sure it's nice and tight for another 15, 20 years of service. So let's get started. You can see right here, guys, where this bracket, which should be bent this direction, it broke free right here. So it's severed, and then this little bit of tin or sheet metal here just kind of folded under, and at this point it's even hitting the blade. So first things first, we're going to heat this up and then we're going to bend that back into shape, and then we'll start grinding on everything. The mower's just a little bit damp right now. It's been sprinkling here and it just arrived, so putting a little bit of heat to it will actually help start getting some of that moisture out of there so that I can get good grinding and welds going. So let's start off and let's just get that thing heated up and put back where it's supposed to be. Okay guys, so we've got her just about ready to go at this point. I'm going to take my grinder right across here because I'm just now noticing that I missed it. But as you can see, we've ground, we cut through here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this little gusset in here and we're going to weld that. So she'll go like that. And that'll give us a lot more strength and rigidity. This is 1/8-inch steel. This is actually 80 CRV2. It's a knife steel, a tool steel. It's what I use to make knives. So we've just got a rough shape in there, and that'll reinforce it. And then look for opportunities like I've got here. I can do a plug weld. So I'll run a bead here and here. I don't think I'll run one on the back, simply because if I get water in here, I want to be able to drain water out. I don't want water sitting in there, rusting it. And honestly, my strength is here and here. And so that plate should do more than enough. And then I'll just put a little plug weld in here just to solidify it up. And then I'll run a weld all the way around here. And then on this other side, I will, of course, reinforce this by running a bead there. And then right there on the top where you see that crack right here, I'll of course weld that again. And I'll grind into that just a little bit so that I can put a weld there and hopefully grind it a bit. I'll probably leave my weld a little bit proud just for extra strength. So that's the plan. This is just an implement paint, and it goes on like Elmer's glue, and I'm not even kidding. So I wasn't really putting this on for looks. I was really putting this on more for protection. So I wire wheeled the entire deck. I power washed it, soap, sudsy water, soap, lots of soap, and trying to get as much oil and grease off of there as I could, though I'm sure some is still left. And so I'll get a little bit of fish eyeing. Some of that looks like fish eyes, like this right here, but it's actually just pitting into the decking. So I welded these seams. So we'll zip in on there. I should have probably taken you guys through that and let you see some of those welds before I painted them, I mean. But, and then I welded back here as well. Though those hadn't pulled away from the framing, those welds were still good back there on the underside, but I went ahead and reinforced them with more heavy duty welds. And then all of these welds on this side had given way, and so the deck was just kind of bouncing around there. So went ahead and painted everything, to include under the deck, of course. This is going to take quite some time to dry, simply because it's a implement paint, oil-based implement paint, and it just takes a ridiculous amount of time for that stuff to dry. Well, guys, we got her done. That's the end of this repair, rejuvenation of this DR all-terrain mower. Now, wasn't that a lot more fun? That was a lot more fun than just welding it up and slapping a little bit of paint on it. just kind of cleaning the whole thing up, just kind of giving it a new lease on life. I really like that. That's kind of my thing. I enjoy it. That's not something that my friend and neighbor asked for. He wanted it just welded, just the repairs done. But I thought it'd be nice to just do a little extra here for him and just kind of button this thing up so that it's ready to go. So I hope you appreciated it and enjoyed the video, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and make any comments you like. Everything's welcome and appreciated. Thank you. I'm Chris with M7 Metalworks. God willing, I'll see you on the next video.